Good morning and welcome to English Lessons on Iman TV. In our lesson today, we're going to start our lesson with grammar. We're going to work on irregular verb. Then we're going to have a listening comprehension. And then we will finish our lesson with a grammar lesson. So we start with grammar and we end with grammar. And at the end, because this is a live lesson, you can call and ask questions. The numbers are there on your screen. You can write down your questions as you listen and watch the program, and then I'll be glad to answer your questions in Farsi or Pashto in English. So let's start our lesson with the grammar. So we have studied what? Simple past tense. And simple past tense is what? You use a verb and it is past form for an action that started in the past and ended in the past. Like Tom called Jim yesterday. The whole action is finished. And because the verb call is a regular verb, you put what? Ed with it. Now, with that ed could have what? A variety of different pronunciation. Could be D, could be T, could be id. We went over this before. Like comb, combed, but talk, talked, and end, ended. So the same ed is pronounced differently. And then we had irregular verbs. Those irregular verbs are what? The verbs that they do not take ed, but their form changes. And there were 4 varieties of irregular verbs. 4 different kinds of irregular verbs. And they were what? Like the first 3 are different. Drive, drove, driven. Break, broke, broken. Things like that. Other verbs, their second and third form is the same, like bring, brought, brought. And others that all the 3 are the same, like cut, cut, cut. And then others that their first and last form are the same. That's why you need to practice, practice, and practice and learn the correct spelling and correct pronunciation. So the verbs I have for you, I'm using in alphabetical order. So these are the irregular verbs that I want you to work on this week and today. Learn the correct spelling, learn the correct pronunciation, and of course, learn the meaning. So please repeat after me together. Lead, leave, lend, let, lie, light, lose, make, mean, and meet. What is the past tense of lead? The past tense of lead is what? Led. Lead means you show directions. Like a general leads his troops. A teacher leads his class. A president or a king leads a country. The past tense of that is what? Led. L-E-D. Leave, left. Like somebody leaves the city, goes to another place. Or leaves home in the morning, like I left home at 9 o'clock this morning to get to this TV studio. So I left at 9 o'clock. Lend, you give money to. Lent. Let, you give permission. The first form, all the same, there's no change in it. Lie, lay. Light, lit or lighted. Lose, lost. Make, made. Mean, meant. And meet, met. The third form is what? Led, led. The third form of leave, left, and left. And then lend, lent, lent. And then let, let. And then lie, lay, lane. Light, lit, lit. Lose, lost, lost. Make, made, made. Mean, meant, meant. Meet, met, met. Now, I want you to repeat after me together. Then we are going to practice these in sentences, and then we'll go to the listening comprehension, which is a fun listen to listen and answer questions about it. So please repeat after me together. Lead, led, led. Leave, left, left. lend, lent, lent. Let, let. Lie, lay, lain. Light, lit, or lighted, and lit, lighted. Either one is correct. Lose, lost, lost. Make, made, made. Mean, mint, mint. And meet, met, met. See, the pronunciation changes because you have only one E. See, with double E, you pronounce it E, long E, meet. But if it's one E, you don't see meet, it's met. Meet, met, met, the same thing. So here are the words: lead, leave, lend, let, and lie. And there are some sentences. Number one, Simin blank, her son used her car last week. Number two, Dr. Smith, California in 2002. Number three, Bank of America, money to its customer every year. Number four, kings and presidents, their countries. Number five, John down on a sofa because he was very tired yesterday. Now, what I want you to do is see which verb and then which form do you use. For Simin, her son used her car last week. The correct answer is what? Simin did what? Simin let her son use her car last week. So if you let somebody, it means you give him permission. So in English you say, let me go, means what? Give me permission to go. Let me use your book. Let me use your cell phone. Let me use, see, let me means give me permission. It simply means what? May I? Let me. So let means give permission to. So Simin let her son use her car last week. Because it's last week, the past tense of let is let. If you say every day, you say what? Simin lets her son use her car every day. But it's last week, you use the past form. The past form of let is let for all persons. Dr. Smith, California in 2002. See, 2002 is in the past. So whichever verb you choose, it has to be in the past form. And then what? You could say what? Dr. Smith left California. He went somewhere else in 2002. Bank of America, money to its customer every year. See, repeats it every year. Which verb? Bank of America does what to the money? Which word goes with the money? The correct answer is what? The correct answer is lend. Lend means what? You give money, but you want to collect it back. You don't give it for them to keep it. No, you want to give it for a short time and then collect it back. You lend it. But Bank of America is one bank. It's third person singular, and it's every year you have to put S with the verb. So you have to say what? Bank of America lends money to its customer every year. Kings and presidents, their country. I already told you this. That's what? Lead their company. Because it's kings and presidents, plural. So you use what? The simple form without S. And then the last one, John down on a sofa because he was very tired yesterday. He what? He lay down. See, lie, lay. Lay is the past tense of lie. This lie means what? Not like somebody doesn't tell the truth. This lie simply means what? You just relax on a sofa. Put your body down there. So let me read these sentences with correct completion. Simin let her son use her car last week. Dr. Smith left California in 2002. Bank of America lends money to its customer every year. Kings and presidents lead their countries. John lay down on a sofa because he was very tired yesterday. Other 5 words: light, lose, make, mean, meet. So now you need to think of what? Correct word and correct form. I will read the sentences first, then we will look at the right word and then the right form. Because of an illness. Illness means sickness. It's another word for sickness. You could say, I'm ill today. It means I'm sick today. Because of an illness, John, wait. Is the carpenter a chair now? Mr. Johnson, new customers every day. What does sofa, couch? Please use a lighter to the candle. So let's see if you have the right word. Because of an illness, John, wait, which word will fit here? Light, lose, make, mean, meet. The correct answer is lose. But because of an illness, you say what? Lost. We use the past tense. Because there is no time expression, if you use present form, you have to say what? John loses weight. But I chose the past form. He lost weight. Is the carpenter a chair now? See, now. And the question is with is. The carpenter what? Is the carpenter making a chair now? See, you use make, but before you add the ing, you have to do what? Drop the e. Is the carpenter making the chair now? Mr. Johnson new customers every day. Mr. Johnson meets new customers every day. Every day in Mr. Johnson. So Mr. Johnson is what? The third person singular. So you have to use what? You put S with the verb. What does sofa mean? In other words, what is the meaning of sofa? So that's how. If you don't know the meaning of a word, if you ask somebody, you say what? What does it mean? What does sofa mean? Or you say what? What is the meaning of sofa? Sofa means couch. So means, because sofa is third person singular, means a singular form, so you use what? S with the verb. Please use a lighter to light the candle. What is candle? Here is a picture of a candle. To light a candle, you need what? You need a lighter. Let me read these sentences with the correct completion. Number 1. Because of an illness, John lost weight. Number 2. Is the carpenter making a chair now? Number 3. Mr. Johnson meets new customers every day. Number 4. What does sofa mean? Sofa means couch. Please use a lighter to light the candle. Now what I have for you is a listening comprehension. And here I'm going to present some words for you, but I'll also present pictures to explain the meaning of the words. And then I have some questions for you. And then I will read the passage and then you answer questions about it. So first, I'm going to show you a picture. I want you to tell me what is it that she's doing. Okay, are you ready for that? Watch the screen. And you need to give me the word fast, okay? Tell me, what is she doing? Here's the picture. She's what? She is? What's the right word for this? The correct answer is? She's laughing. Right. Laughing. See, this word laugh, L-A-U-G-H. G-H makes the F sound. Laugh. Okay? So she is laughing now. Now I want to look at these pictures. What are these people doing? Look at her. She is doing what? She is laughing, correct. How about this person? He is what? This young kid is doing what? He is laughing. How about this one? The very young child. He is what? Laughing too. So together we say what? They are laughing. Please repeat. They are laughing. Now I want you to look at this question. Why do people laugh? What's the reason? What makes people laugh? Again, all I want you to just practice English, okay? So just say something. Say something. If there are 2 people in the house or 3 in the room, then you could, talk to each other. If you're only alone, just say, why do people laugh? Say it in English. What's the reason people laugh? Okay? So here are some answers for you, and see if you agree or disagree with these answers. When we laugh, we stretch muscles in our face. Remember, stretch is a word we studied before. It means you pull the muscles. Is that correct or not correct? When you laugh, we stretch the muscles on our face. Yes or not? True or false? The correct answer is True. When we laugh, we stretch the muscles. Laughing makes us more alert. Is that correct? Does laughing makes one more alert? Alert means what? Not sleepy. So if you laugh, you kind of wake up. Is that correct? Please say yes. When you're sleepy and you hear a joke and you laugh, you cannot fall asleep for the next few minutes. It hurts when we laugh. Is that correct? You feel pain when you laugh? Of course not. Now, monkeys don't laugh. Do you agree with that? You know, the animal monkey? Do they laugh? Have you seen a monkey laughing? What's your answer? Do monkeys laugh? You say true or false? The correct answer is what? Well, the sentence says monkeys don't laugh. Do you agree with this? Of course not. Because monkeys do laugh. And I have a picture. Actually, I have two pictures to prove. Picture number one. Here is a monkey. He looks very happy to me, and I believe he's laughing. And this guy is basically laughing there. So monkeys do laugh. So the sentence, monkeys don't laugh, is what? False. Because monkeys do laugh. They are laughing. Most mammals laugh. Okay. Let me go to the next page. Here are some new words. First of all, before I give you other words, I want you to just go with this verb, laugh. The GH is pronounced as what? As F. It's the verb form. Laugh. Laugh, he is laughing. I laughed yesterday. You put ED. Is laughing is what? The present progressive form. Like he is laughing right now. The noun of laugh is laughter. You put T and you put ER. Laughter. Okay? And then you could also use laughter what? As an adjective, like you say laughter club. There are clubs around the world that they are called laughter club. People go there just to laugh. Okay? So, please repeat after me. Laugh is laughing. Laughter. Laughter doesn't mean a person who laughs, like farmers or teacher. No. Laughter means somebody, it's just the noun of laugh. And you put T there, and you pronounce it laughter. So the words that I want you to learn are these words. What do you call these people? That they work in labs, they create things, they discover things, they test things. They're called what? They're called scientists. So please repeat after me together. Scientists. What about these people? They are all what? Together. So they are what? They are what we call it, laughter club. Okay? Laughter club. A group of people. Club means what? A place where a group of people come for a common cause. So these people in a laughter club, people just go there to laugh. Their life is hard. People have a lot of problems. They don't have a chance to get to laugh. They go to a club. They pay for it to go there and what? Laugh. So this is called a laughter club. What I'm going to read to you is about laughter clubs. And laughter clubs could be what? In different parts of the world. This is also what? A laughter club. Mostly female here. And then there are other parts of the world that they also have what? A laughter club. So please repeat after me. Laughter club. Laughter club. What are these people doing? We studied these words before. When the muscles, you do something with it. So when you do like that, or when you do like this, you're doing what? You stretch your muscles, okay? Stretch is the word. Stretching muscles. Stretching arm muscles, hand muscles, leg muscles. You stretch. Please repeat. Stretching muscles. Stretching hands. Stretch. Stretching. What are these people doing? They are what? All of them are what? They are laughing. But are they laughing together or are they laughing alone? You see that what? They are separate. They are laughing alone. Laughing alone means what? You laugh when nobody is with you. If you're in the room right now and you look at these pictures and that makes you laugh, you're laughing alone. Please repeat, laughing alone. What about these people? See, they are all together and they are laughing. So they are laughing, and as a group, we say what? Laughing together. Please repeat, laughing together. Laughing together. So these are the words. Some of them I showed you pictures, others that I will just give you the definition. Scientist was what? Someone who does research, someone who works in a lab, someone who discovers things. Soon means what? In a short time. Equal means the same as. Hard means not easy. Like this lesson is not hard, it's actually easy. Sometimes grammar can be hard, spelling is hard, but this lesson is what? Not hard, it's easy. Well is what? Not sick. You could say, I'm well today. Pretend means what? Act. Act like. So if somebody pretends means what? He's not honest. Like sometimes students come to the teacher and says what? Oh teacher, I'm really, really sick today. Can I leave early? You say, yeah, please go. And then the person walks out of the class and walks very normally. So that person was what? Pretending that he was what? That he or she was sick. So pretend means to act. Stretch muscles means what? Pull or move muscles around. And then club is what? A place where people get together. Relax means rest. You take it easy. You don't do anything. You relax. Like if you just sit down and watch TV, watch a movie, you are relaxing. If you're sitting right now, you're taking notes and you're repeating after me, that's not relaxing. This is a different kind of TV. This is a language lesson. You're in a class right now. But when you watch a movie or listen to a song, you relax. So, the naturally means what? Normally, commonly. Okay, now these are the words that you will hear in the passage about laughter that I'm going to read to you in a few minutes. But now that you know the meaning, please repeat after me together. Please repeat. Scientist. Scientist. Soon. Soon. Equal. Equal. Hard. Hard. Well. Well. Pretend. Pretend. Stretch muscles or stretch muscle. There is no S there. Club. Club. Relax. Relax. Naturally. Naturally. Now let's look at these questions. I have 4 questions for you. And I want you to read the passage for you 2 times and then you'll answer these questions. How many times a day do people laugh? Do you know that? You yourself, how many times do you laugh? From the time you wake up, let's say you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and you go to bed at 11 o'clock in the evening. Between 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., how many times do you laugh? Do you know? Have you counted? Okay. Number 2. So that's the answer I want. How many times do people laugh? What's your guess? Are there hundreds of laughter clubs in India? Do you know that for a fact? I showed you one picture. Is laughter a good exercise? Is it good to laugh? Is it an exercise? Number 4. Does laughter help sick people get well? Does it help to get well? Feel better? So, let me read the passage for you. And then I want you to answer these questions. I will put the question there in front of you. It says first reading, and then I will read it the second time, and then I'll ask you to answer questions. So again, the questions are right in front of you on the screen. How many times a day do people laugh? Are there hundreds of laughter clubs in India? Is laughter a good exercise? Does laughter help sick people get well? I'm going to read the passage for you. The title of the passage is, Why Do People Laugh? Let me read this for you. Do you laugh every day? Most people do. Scientists say that people laugh about 17 times a day. This is a lot of laughter. In India, there are hundreds of laughter clubs. The people in these clubs get together every morning. First, they stretch their hands above their heads. Then, they pretend to laugh. Soon, everyone is laughing naturally. People say that they feel good after laughing together. Scientists believe that laughter is good for you. Why? For one thing, laughter is a good exercise. When you laugh, you exercise many muscles in your body. Scientists say that 100 laughs equals 10 minutes of running. When you laugh, you also breathe deeply. This helps you relax. That's good for you too. Why do we laugh? This is a hard question to answer. We know that people laugh more often in a group. They don't laugh very often when they are alone. Many scientists believe that we use laughter to connect to other people. Laughter helps us feel part of a group. In English, people say that laughter is the best medicine. Some think that laughter helps sick people get well. Do you think so too? So this is the passage. I'm going to read it the second time. Again, you look at the same questions, and then after the second time reading, I'm going to ask you to answer these questions. Again, the main thing is what? You learn new words, you hear English, and then you answer questions and you speak English. And this way, I hope, will help you improve your English. I'm going to read this again. The title is, Why Do People Laugh? Do you laugh every day? Most people do. Scientists say that people laugh about 17 times a day. That's a lot of laughter. In India, there are hundreds of laughter clubs. The people in these clubs get together every morning. First, they stretch their hands above their heads. Then, they pretend to laugh. Soon everyone is laughing naturally. People say that they feel good after laughing together. Scientists believe that laughter is good for you. Why? For one thing, laughter is good exercise. When you laugh, you exercise many muscles in your body. Scientists say that 100 laughs equals 10 minutes of running. When you laugh, you also breathe deeply. This helps you relax. That's good for you too. Why do we laugh? That's a hard question to answer. We know that people laugh more often in a group. They don't laugh very often when they are alone. Many scientists believe that we use laughter to connect to other people. Laughter helps us feel part of a group. In English, people say that laughter is the best medicine. Some think that laughter helps sick people get well. Do you think so too? So now, let's see if you have the answers for these questions. Question number 1. How many times a day do people laugh? Did you hear the number? Not you, but other people, generally, according to scientists. The correct answer is what? 17 times. So people laugh 17 times a day. So next time, count how many times you laugh. If it's listed 17 times, then you have to do something about it. Laugh. Number 2, are there hundreds of laughter clubs in India? Did I read that for you? The correct answer is yes, there are. So there are hundreds of laughter clubs in India. Is laughter a good exercise? The answer is what? Yes, it is. So we could say yes, laughter is a good exercise. Does laughter help sick people get well? Does it help sick people get well? The answer is what? Yes, it helps sick people get well. That's why in English, as the last sentence was what? That laughter is the best medicine. In English, they say. So now let me read these questions and the answers, then we go to the next page. How many times a day do people laugh? People laugh 17 times a day. Are there hundreds of laughter clubs in India? Yes, there are hundreds of laughter clubs in India. Number 3, is laughter a good exercise? Yes, laughter is a good exercise. Number 4, does laughter help sick people get well? Yes, laughter helps sick people get well. That's why in American English they say what? Laughter is the best medicine. I don't know what we say it in Farsi or in Pashto. If you know the answer for that we have some expression in Farsi or Pashto about laughter, then you can call me and tell me that in English, that we do have an expression. So let's look at the directions here. So I have 5 more questions for you about this passage. So tell me whether they are true or false. Number 1, there are laughter clubs in all countries. Did I say that there are laughter clubs in other countries? The correct answer is what? False. I didn't say that. We only talked about what? Laughter clubs in India. Number 2, laughter is a kind of exercise. Did I read that for you? Is it a kind of exercise? Did you hear that? The correct answer is what? Yes, laughter is an exercise. So many hours of laughing or minutes of laughing could equal so many minutes of running. People laugh more often when they are alone. Is that correct? People laugh when they are alone? The answer is what? False, because people laugh together. One person says something, tells a joke, and then the other person's laugh to connect. Even sometimes if you do not even understand the language, you laugh because you want to be part of the group. So that's why people usually laugh what? In groups, not alone. Laughter clubs help people feel good. Is that correct? The answer is yes, that's why they become a member and they pay money for that. Number 5, laughter might help us connect to other people. And that is what? Also correct, because laughter makes us what? Connect with other people. I have some discussions questions for you. And so that means what? I read the question and I want you to give me the answers. Unfortunately, I cannot see you. I cannot talk to you. You see me and you hear me. I don't have that privilege. I don't have that honor to see you and hear you. But I trust that you will answer my questions. I have 10 questions. Even if you could answer 5 of them, that would be great. But again, the main thing is what? You need to say it loud enough in English. At the laughter club, what do people do first? So these were, I think this is the one that I read to you about the laughter clubs in India. So they do what? They go to the club, they stretch, they put their hands above their head and they start laughing. And then everybody laughs, right? So that's what the answer was. I give you the answer for number 1. What about number 2? Why is laughter good for people? What's your answer? What do you think? The passage said what? Laughter is good because what? It helps you do what? What was the word? Connect. You connect with people. What's your answer? You can call me later and tell me that in Farsi or Pashto if English doesn't work, but you can tell me in English as well. Number 3, what happens to your muscles when you laugh? We learned a new word today, or actually we learned it 2 weeks ago. When you laugh, the face muscles of what? stretched. Right. You stretch your muscles when you laugh. Number 4. Do people really laugh 17 times a day? Do you agree? I personally don't know the answer, but I think I laugh more than 17 times a day when I work and teach all day long, because students say something, I say something, and from class to class to class, the chances are that I probably laugh at least 10 times in one class, and if I teach 5 classes, I'd probably laugh 50 times. So it's good to laugh, basically. It makes you relax. But I don't know the real answer. How many times do you laugh? That's your homework, okay? So from whenever you wake up until you sleep, every time you laugh, write it down and see how many times you could do that. We can start this with our engineer here, Mr. Umaid Jan. Then you tell me next week how many times you laugh in a day, okay? So write it down and you'll find out if, of course, you're a very young man, and you'll find out, compare it with somebody who's very young with somebody who's not very young, how many times they laugh. Number 6, is laughing contagious? Contagious was what? This was a word we studied last or 2 weeks ago. That means what? It's catching. It moves from one person into another, like flu, cold. Somebody coughs, you get the germ, you get sick too. So coughing, cold is what? Contagious. Is laughing contagious? If somebody laughs, do you start also laughing? I don't know. I don't think so. Yawning is what? Contagious. You see somebody yawn, then other people also start yawning. But I don't think, personally, that laughing is contagious. In what situations laughing is considered impolite in Afghan culture, or in Iranian culture, or in other cultures? Please list them. So in Afghan culture, in what situation laugh is considered not good? I'm sure that you have a whole list of this, right? How can we stop laughing? Let's say you're in a situation that laughter is bad. You don't want to laugh, right? But you see something or you hear something and you start laughing. You can't control yourself, but you don't want to. So what are the tips? What are the things you can do to stop laughing? You can actually call me later and tell me that in Farsi. I will translate that for you in English, or you can tell me in English or whatever language. So what are the tips? If you're laughing but you don't want to laugh, how can you stop it? What are some tips on that? Number 9, why do scientists think that laughter helps us connect to other people? Why is it that when other people laugh, you laugh with them, you kind of connect with them? Why is it so? So again, the purpose of all these questions are one thing. I want you to practice English on a topic that's not sad, like you talk about laughter, okay? You could give any answer. There is no wrong answer. All answers are right. All I want you to do is what? Talk and use the words and expressions we learned in these lessons. And finally, the last one, what kind of things makes you laugh? What kind of things make you laugh? So I have to correct my grammar. What kind of things, so many things, what makes you laugh? Can you list things that makes you laugh? So you can again call me and let me know, and we will practice that English. Now with this, we're moving to the next segment of our lesson. Remember, I promised you that we start with grammar and then we end with grammar. So in this segment of our lesson, I'm going to teach you a new grammar structure. So remember, so far we studied the simple present tense, the present progressive tense, and the simple past tense. Today, in the last few minutes of the lesson, I'm going to teach you the past progressive tense, and then you will practice that. We all know that the simple present tense is used to do what? To show an activity that happens again and again and again. Like Tom calls Jim every day, or we call Jim every day. So at one point, the action is what? Repeated. Present progressive tense was for an action that is happening right now, this moment. Like I'm teaching now. You're listening now. Umaid is working now. He's watching TV. He's making sure that you're receiving all the signals and the pictures. So he's working now. You're listening now. I'm teaching now. This moment. So you use what? A form of be, verb, ing, and then now. Simple past. Something that happened in the past, started in the past, like Tom called Jim yesterday. Present progressive tense is an action that shows an activity that was in progress in the past time. So it's a kind of a longer action. So it's in relation to what? To another past action. For example, Jim was sleeping when Tom called. So one action was going on, sleeping, and Tom called at that time. Let's say Jim went to bed at 10 p.m. and he woke up at 6 a.m. So he slept for 8 hours. So he was sleeping from what? From 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's a long action. When this was going on, somebody called. So that's the short action. So past progressive tense is a long duration of action. It shows a long action. We use while, W-H-I-L-E, for present progressive. We use when for simple past tense. Let me give you some more examples here. So when Tom called, Jim was sleeping. Because sleeping was going on, Tom called. So pay attention to how to use when and how to use while. When Tom called, Jim was sleeping. So I want you to pay attention to this, how I used when here. See, when you use when, you use the verb in the past tense. When Tom called, you cannot say when Tom was calling. That's not correct English. People understand you, of course, but it's not correct English. So we have two sentences here, two clauses. When Tom called, Jim was sleeping. This is the long action. Because sleeping means what? You start at one point and then you end another point. Usually people sleep for what? 5, 6, 8 hours? It's a long action. Tom called within that. You could also switch the place. You could say what? Jim was sleeping when Tom called. So you could switch the place of the simple past and past progressive. The meaning is exactly the same. The only difference is what? This comma here. Look at this comma here. So if you start the sentence with when or with while, you need to put a comma at the end of the clause. When Tom called, comma. This comma is a must. You must put it when you write. When you say it, you have to say what? Pause. You say it like this. When Tom called, Jim was sleeping. But the second one, you don't pause. You say what? Jim was sleeping when Tom called. That's how you say it. Or you could say what? While Jim was sleeping, Tom called. See, while Jim was sleeping. So when you say while, you have to use what? The past progressive. When you use when, you have to use what? The simple past. That's the rule. You could also switch the place. You could say what? Tom called while Jim was sleeping. Long action, short action. We use past progressive for long action. We use simple past for short action. We use while for long action. We use when for short action. So here are some sentences in practice. Complete the following sentences with a simple past or past progressive tense. The first one, I will give you an example and do it together. At 6 a.m., John began to eat breakfast. At 6:10, John breakfast. See, John started eating breakfast at 6. At 6:10, this thing was going on. It was what? The action was in progress in the past. So you say what? John was eating breakfast. So because it happened in the past. And look, you use was plus verb plus ing. Was eating. So at 6 a.m., John began to eat breakfast. At 6:10, John was eating. This action was going on. Now, these other sentences. While John ate breakfast, Ahmad called him. Now, which form do you use here? Do you say while John ate or while John was eating? What's the correct answer? The correct answer is what? Look at the sentence. It starts with while. This word, while. So when you use while, you have to use what? The past progressive form. So you say what? While John was eating breakfast, Ahmad called. So this was going on. He was busy eating, somebody called. It happens to all of us. When we're eating, somebody calls. So the eating is what? The long action, because it is a starting point and an ending point. I don't know how long it takes you. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It's a long action. Number 3. When Anna arrived, Tom to his friend. See, when we use when, we say arrived, past tense. Tom, do you say what? To his friend. Was talking to his friends. In other words, while Tom, what's the word we use here? While Tom, do you use talked or was talking? The correct answer is was talking. Why? Because of while here. Every time you use while, you have to use what? Past progressive tense. While Umaid walked to his class, he saw his professor. Again, while. For Umaid, what did he say? Umaid walked or Umaid was walking? Which one is the correct answer? The correct answer is what? While Umaid was walking to his class, he saw his professor. Why? Because walking is what? A long action. It can take you 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You go from one place to another place. During this time, Umaid saw his professor. Let me read the sentences again. At 6 a.m., John began to eat breakfast. At 6:10, he was eating breakfast. While John was eating breakfast, Ahmad called him. When Anna arrived, Tom was talking to his friends. In other words, while Tom was talking, Anna arrived. While Umaid was walking to his class, he saw his professor. Let me give you 6 more sentences and then you will stop. 5 more sentences actually. So at 6 p.m., Hila began to eat dinner. At 6:15 p.m., Hila dinner. So she started at 6. At 6:15, this thing was what? Going on. So you say what? Was eating his dinner. At 6 p.m., Hila began to eat dinner. At 6:15, Hila was eating dinner. While Miriam watched TV, Sheila called. While, again, we use what? The past progressive tense. While Miriam was what? Was watching TV, Sheila called. When Abdul left home, his brother was asleep. So left, again, because of when, you have to use the simple past form of the verb. When Abdul left, his brother was asleep. They cooked dinner when Anna came home. They cooked dinner. So here, they cook when Anna came. So because this is the simple past, this what? This should be past progressive and this is the long action. It rained when I left home. It was raining when I left home. Let me read these sentences with correct completions. At 6 p.m., Hila began to eat dinner. At 6:15, Hila was eating dinner. While Miriam was watching TV, Sheila called. When Abdul left home, his brother was asleep. They were cooking dinner when Anna came home. It was raining when I left home this morning. Now, our lesson ends over here, but before I end the lesson, I'd like to go over the homework that I'm going to give you. Your homework is to practice and review these words, the correct pronunciation and the correct spelling, and get ready for tests and exercises for next week. At the meantime, today, as I mentioned to you before, the lesson is live. You can call and ask questions if you want, or answer my discussions questions that I posed to you a few minutes ago. So please repeat after me together. Lead, led. Leave, left. Lend, lent. Let, lie, lay. Light, lit or lighted. Lose, lost. Make, made. Mean, meant. Meet, met. And then, so please repeat after me together. Lead, led, led. Leave, left, left. Lend, lent, lent. Let, let. Lay, lie, lay, lane. Light, let, lighted, and also what? Lighted or let. Lose, lost, lost. Make, made, made. Mean, meant, meant. And meet, met, met. Now, so we're going back to this page. So our lesson is finished here. So if you have any questions, you're welcome to call the numbers on the screen, and I'll be glad to answer your questions. If you don't have any questions, we will stop here, and then you can ask your questions later on. I believe my cell phone number is also on the screen, so you could use that one to call me later. You're welcome to do that. بیننده های بسیار محترم تلویزیون ایمان، درس امروز ما با همینجا به پایان رسید. تا هفته آینده شما را به خداوند متعال میسپارم. همچنان درس ما امروز به اصطلاح لایف است. اگر شما کدام سوال یا پیشنهاد داشته باشین برای بهبود پروگرام، شما میتونین به این نمراتی که در روی پرده تلویزیون شماست از او استفاده بکنین و تلفن بکنین. ما حاضر هستیم تلفن شما را جواب بگوییم و اگر کدام سوال شما داشته باشین و میخواین جواب بشه به انگلیسی یا به فارسی یا به پشتو بشنوین، ما حاضر هستیم که جواب از او را بر شما بتم بر ترتیب. اگر سوالی ندارین دیگه ما همینجا درس به پایان میرسانم. شما را باز هم به خداوند متعال میسپارم. هفته خوش برای همه شما آرزو میکنم. تشکر.